Hey everyone, this is 2A Enthusiast again. I'm kind of ashamed to make this next video, but I'm going to make it anyway. I pride myself in knowing quite a bit about guns, but I recently went into a gun shop I hadn't visited before, and they had this kind of odd-looking firearm. I wasn't sure what it was exactly. When I looked at it and I looked into it, and it turns out it was this thing right here. A lot of you are probably saying, "Oh yeah, that's a..." Well, turns out it's a Charter Arms Challenger 2. For those of you who are familiar with the AR-7, which is currently called the Henry Survival Rifle, it was originally designed by Eugene Stoner. I think he might have made some other rifles, I'm not sure, AR something or other, but anyway. He designed the AR-7 rifle, which was, as you know, kind of stores in its own buttstock. And you know, it's a pretty convenient carry gun. And it was made for a while by Charter Arms, I believe from maybe the late 60s to maybe the 80s. And then after a while, Henry started producing it. Well, unbeknownst to me, Charter Arms also made pistols. And basically it works, you know, kind of like an AR-7. Cool thing here, you know, this is actually a painted finish. Not a bad job painting it, but I'm assuming it was in pretty rough shape and they painted it over. They didn't do a bad job, actually. Like I said, I didn't pay much over $100 for this, so, you know, it's not like a collector's piece or by any means, I don't think. I just thought it was pretty cool. And I like 22. So, as you can see over here, where this retaining nut is, the barrel actually comes off. This is about an 8-inch barrel. You could take it right off, put it back on, I guess, for convenience of carry. And it came with one magazine. This is actually the magazine that the AR-7 uses. It's the same one. If you want to understand, they're interchangeable. Release it this way right here. Pretty cool. Another interesting thing that I hadn't seen in a pistol before is that you can actually store an additional magazine right here in the handle. Actually, when I got this, it wasn't working properly, so I had to take the grips off. And the piece of metal that's used to retain it is actually a pretty thin piece of sheet metal. And I kind of had to manipulate it a little bit, and because it was jammed inside the handle. So I had to kind of manipulate it a bit. So it took maybe a couple of minutes, and I was able to get that functioning so you can actually put the magazine in and it will retain it. Those magazines are 10 rounds, and from what I understand, they are also... larger magazines. I believe they have 25 round capacity. I've seen them, but not for sale. So, but I do think they make maybe like 15 rounds for the AR-7. So the way this charges is, this kind of pulls out, charge it back, and then you have a safety right here. So right now it's on fire. Back there is safe, just like this kind of denotes. Plastic grips. Like I said, it's kind of like a fun gun. You know, I don't see you want to really lug it around. It's not that kind of thing. As far as accuracy, I mean, you would think with the longer barrel it would have an advantage over some other kinds of pistols. But, you know, it just seems like a fun, interesting gun, and that's really what I'm going for. I mean, if I put a round in there and it fires, it just looks like something I'll have fun with. Haven't gotten a chance to test it out yet. So, let me just kind of zoom in on that. As you can see, Explorer 2, Stratford, Connecticut by Charter Arms. I checked out Gunbroker to see what these were selling for. I guess I paid a little over $100 for it. Gunbroker actually was all over the place. I've seen some going for $200, I've seen some going for $300. Again, what people want isn't necessarily what they're worth, as you can tell. And I actually saw some special edition ones going for quite a bit higher than that. So, I think I did okay. Like I said, I didn't buy it because I think it's going to be a collector's item that I will one day be able to sell and buy a home. I didn't buy it because I think it's the world's greatest target pistol. I bought it because I just thought it was really cool looking. So if you weren't familiar with this firearm, I'm glad you just got a chance to check out something new. Kind of just like I am. I like kind of like the odd, unusual things. And this is kind of odd and kind of unusual. So, just thought I'd show you. Have a good day, guys.